What's going on, beautiful people? It is your boy A Summoner back to the video, and today we're here and we're going to be ranking, and I'm going to give you guys my opinions on the Miami Dolphins draft class. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the boy. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you guys could subscribe to me. I mean, I do these videos for you guys. I want to grow the community, so make sure to click that subscribe button. It's free and it takes 2 seconds. Also, make sure to like the video and comment any recommendations down below. If you are a fan of any other team, you want to see me rank another draft class, or if you want to see me talk about anything or do a gaming video, just let me know and I will do it. I really appreciate the feedback and it means the world to me. We obviously have to start with the Dolphins' first round pick, Kenneth Grant. Alright, at first, Kenneth Grant was a very interesting pick to me because I am a Miami Dolphins fan, first of all. That's why I picked the Dolphins as first one on. And at first, I wasn't like that big of a fan of the pick. I was like, Kenneth Grant. I obviously heard a bunch about Mason Graham, but Kenneth Grant wasn't really a top 15 pick in my eyes. But then the more I looked into Kenneth Grant, I saw that he is a freak of nature. The dude is 331, runs a 5.7 or 5.07, which is pretty good for a guy that big. He's a 31-inch vertical. He ran 225 of his pro day 27 times. That is just ridiculous. He's a freak of nature, all right? And he was an AP All-American third team in 2024. He can ball. He's been part of a national championship winning team, you know, and I think that his impact is bigger than the game of football, in my opinion. I think he's a tough, gritty guy. I think the Miami Dolphins recognize that. The Dolphins, I mean, if you guys have followed football, the thing about them is they've been called soft by former players, defensive coordinators. Everyone calls them soft, and they need to change that. And I think adding a guy like Kenneth Grant can really help you. The Dolphins would get gashed last year, and I think adding this guy will help them in the run game really well. I mean, you add him, and then also look at this. I mean, he's not the best pass rusher right now, but if he develops into a pass rusher, he has the potential to be an all-pro easily. I mean, you also add him to a defensive line that is pretty good. You have a guy named Zach Sealer, who is one of, in my opinion, the most underrated defensive tackle in all football. You also have Chop Robinson, who is a all-rookie first-team member and who is a stud, who had one of the highest pressure rates in all football last year as a rookie. Also have Jalen Phillips, who, you know, is coming off an injury but has all-pro potential. And same thing with Bradley Chubb, who was a two-time Pro Bowler and has a ton of potential, who's only 28. So you have that. That defensive line area is just absolutely loaded. And if Kenneth Grant can bring a hard-nosed mentality to that defense, he's also going to help the linebackers out. He's going to help guys like Jordan Brooks and Terrell Dotson out, making plays, stuff in the run game. It's a great pick. He's going to take on double teams, even if he doesn't get into the double-digit sack numbers and he can't, you know, and he doesn't grow into the best pass rusher ever. He's still a force in the run game, and he's still going to have a big impact regardless. You're going to have to double team him wherever he goes. I'm a big fan of this pick. I think he could have went a little later, traded back maybe, but I'm happy. If you like your guy, you go get him. It's a culture change pick, in my opinion, and Kenneth Grant I'm a big fan of, so I'm going to give this pick a B+. A lot of people did not like this pick whatsoever, but I don't know why. I mean, I guess people said they reached, but I really like this pick, so Kenneth Grant will get a B+ for us. Next player that we're going to look at is Jonah Saviana. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry, Jonah, but we got to talk about Jonah here really quick, all right? Jonah is a incredible player, in my opinion. He had a 4.95, 29-inch vertical rep, 225, 26 times. One thing about Jonah is he is a stud, all right? He played swing tackle. He can play guard. He can play everywhere. He is a very versatile player, and he has a, like Lance, I think it was Lance or Louis Riddick. Louis Riddick said he has all-pro potential at guard, and that is something that is very nice. You know what I mean? When a guy like that says you have all-pro potential, that's definitely a good sign. He's definitely not the best tackle in my opinion. I think that he has very, very good potential at guard though, and I think that he's a guy that can swing to tackle if there's some injuries or whatnot. But he's a versatile offensive lineman, and again, he's a physical offensive lineman that will run through you. He's good with his hands, has a big frame. He is like I said, he has good hands. He has the ability to find and fit people. He has the ability to climb the linebackers well. His weaknesses are he cannot, his game and twist aren't very good, so when teams run twist at him, which teams will definitely game plan about that, so if he gets better at that, and sometimes he does tend to fall to the bull rush, but overall, in the second round, this is a very good pick. The Dolphins obviously had to love him because they traded up for him, but the thing about him is that he is, I mean, he's a culture changer. Again, he's a tough physical offensive lineman that wants to have an impact on the game, and he's a guy that the Dolphins say we need to be more tough up on the trenches. They addressed a big need in the offensive line. They signed a guy named James Daniels from the Steelers, who's absolutely incredible. You have Austin Jackson, Aaron Brewer, who had a very good year. Now you're adding They're adding my guy really quick, Jonah. And then you also have Patrick Paul at left tackle. The Dolphins revamped their offensive line, and hopefully with year 2 Patrick Paul, this offensive line can be better, and they can add some more runs up the middle, because this offensive line has definitely been hit or miss up the middle in past years. If I had to grade this pick, I'd probably grade it about a B. Honestly, I think you could have waited again with the trade up, but I think that, you know, like I said about Kenneth Grant, if you like your guy and you think you got him, you got to go get him. So honestly, I'm happy with this pick, and it was a very, very good round 2 pick. Next up, we'll be going to the 5th round, where we have Jordan Phillips from Maryland. I mean, we got a Terp here, and Jordan Phillips, I don't really think will become a starter, but he definitely has potential to be a very good backup and fill in when Zach Sealer and Kenneth Grant get tired. I mean, obviously, you know, in the 5th round, these are really important picks. I think this guy with that frame can really end up becoming a good player. I don't really have much to say about him. I know that his stats in college were kind of underwhelming, but again, he's a guy that took on a couple double teams and had to go against some pretty good offensive lines. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there, and I'm going to say that in the NFL, I think he has potential to be a pretty good player. Next up, we're going to go over Jason Marshall. Jason Marshall is a very interesting player to me. A lot of people do not like this pick for some odd reason, but he is a guy coming from the University of Florida. SEC ball, played against some of the best of the best, and he was a good player. I mean, he was a really good player in college, but he hurt his shoulder, which caused him to drop in the draft. But honestly, I mean, like, I'm happy with it. I mean, this guy could have been a potential a potential 3rd round pick, 2nd round pick before the injury. So the Dolphins get him in the 5th round. It's an absolute steal. Labrum's not that bad of an injury. It's not a knee. It's not an ACL. So I'm okay with it. I think that he has potential to be a very good player. He has a long frame. He's a 6-foot corner, runs a 4.4 dine, has a ton of potential in my opinion. He is a guy that the Dolphins may need to rely on early with the lack of cornerback depth with the trade. They're going to trade Jalen Ramsey. So they may need to rely on him, and I think that he has potential, man. I think the Dolphins, in my opinion, in the one group that they've hit home on the late round picks, it's been cornerbacks. You know, getting Xavier Howard in the late rounds, getting Kidder Kohu, who's been a very, very good cornerback for the Dolphins. Nick Needham was pretty good on the Dolphins for a little while. Getting these guys late in the draft, especially the cornerback position, has definitely been a strength of Chris Greer and the Dolphins, and I think that Jason Marshall could be the next great late round cornerback for the Dolphins. Next up, we gotta look at Dante Trader, another Terp, physical athlete. I mean, we needed a safety. We got him. He has potential to play right away. You know, he's a 2-sport athlete from college. You know, he wasn't the best. I mean, he isn't the best at coverage, but man, he can hit. He's a physical downhill player, and I think that he has a ton of potential. And I think that, you know, getting a guy like that, I mean, reuniting him with his former college teammate Jason Marshall, Jordan Phillips, is definitely big. And I think that, you know, when you add that to the team, I think that that's huge. The Dolphins, again, another physical pick. We're getting physical players that will play physical ball. Phillips, getting our boy Trader here, Jason Marshall. We're getting guys that are going to play physical, and I love that from the Dolphins because they recognize that that is a need. Next up, we got the 6th round. We got Ollie Gordon, who, in my opinion, I think this might be my favorite pick of the draft from the Dolphins. I'm cheesing. I know he had Devon A-Chain, but this allows Mike McDaniel to be so creative with the offense. You get Ollie Gordon, who is a physical running back, Doak Walker winner. You know, was talked about as a potential 1st round pick coming into this college football season. Ends up dropping to the 6th round, and the Miami Dolphins get him. Like, that is absolutely incredible. Devon A-Chain is a good running back, great running back in my opinion. He's fast, he can do it all. But in my opinion, he should be used more as a gadget player, you know, a guy that can catch 7, 8, 9, 10 balls out of the backfield and only get 10 carries a game. You know, keep his workload low. Don't kill Devon A-Chain. I think this can help him a lot. Instead of run Devon A-Chain up the middle on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you'll get a big physical running back in Ollie Gordon who has potential to run somebody over, who has already dealt with that offensive line play and can get over that hump. I really like this Ollie Gordon pick. He has a ton of potential to be a great running back in the NFL. He did run a 4.6 140, but again, Derrick Henry ran a 4.54, so I don't like looking at the 40. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, and physical, and the Dolphins need that short yardage running back, and I think that this has potential to be a very good pick for the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel is creative in every way. You get a power back, physical running back. Devon A-Chain could be used in the slot now too. I think that it's a great pick for the Miami Dolphins and what they're trying to do. Another physical player. You definitely see the trend of this draft. Now we're going to the 7th round. All right, I'm a big fan of this pick, Quinn Ewers. I know we have Tua, everything with that, but Quinn Ewers has potential to develop into a pretty good backup, potential starting quarterback. He was the #1 recruit coming out of high school, but I think that some stuff just happens in college. I mean, it doesn't help when you have Arch Manning breathing down your neck and what was going on at Texas. He stayed loyal to Texas. I really like that from him. Everyone talks about players chasing a bag and whatnot, but he chose to stay loyal, and he wanted to create a Texas legacy, and he did that. And I think that speaks testaments about who the person he is. I think that Quinn Ewers has a ton of potential in the NFL. He's only 21. I think he's turning 21, or he might be 22, but he's very young. He is a very young quarterback, and again, Quinn Ewers' talent has never been the problem. It's the mental side of the game, and I think that if he can get over that hump mentally, I think that he has potential, man, a ton of potential. He is an absolute rocket of an arm, but it's just the mental blocks, I think, in my opinion. If you can get over that, like I said, Quinn Ewers has a ton of potential. I would definitely rate this pick, in my opinion, an A+. I mean, Quinn Ewers in this late in the draft over some of these guys that went before him, I really think that's great. And I think that he is just an awesome player. And I think that, he may never start, but I think that getting a guy like that late in the draft, just incredible to see. And last up, we have Zeke Biggers from Georgia Tech University, another big defensive tackle. I think that, you have to find good players in late rounds, and I think that the Dolphins, recognize that, and they went depth. I mean, they got a bunch of defensive tackles to fill up that need, to fill up that clog the middle. The Dolphins have been ran all over, so you know what they did? They got a physical defensive lineman. I think that this is going to help them a lot. And I think that the Dolphins really, really have a ton of potential with these defensive linemen that they drafted. I think that Kenneth Graham has all-pro potential, and I think that Trader and Biggers can end up becoming a very, very good duo, especially Biggers, man. Biggers is 6'3", and he is an absolute monster, especially this late in the draft. I think that adding Zeke here, man, 6'5", 325 is just incredible. And I think that he's a guy that could clog the middle. It's just great picks, in my opinion. Chris Greer, I've been very critical of him in the past, but I think that he actually had a very, very good draft and a very underrated one. Overall, though, looking back at the draft class, you have Kenneth Grant, you have Jonah, then you go to the 5th round, we got Trader, you got Marshall, and you got Farmer. I think his name's Farmer. Jeez, I keep messing up the Dolphins' names. What the heck? But you have Trader. And you have Phillips, my bad, man, and Marshall. But you have all these guys, Ollie Gordon, Quinn Ewers, and Zeke Biggers. And you have a very good draft class, in my opinion. He also got picks for next year. I really enjoyed this draft. And I think, in my opinion, I would rate this an A. An A, B+, low A, A-, high B+. I think that you had some quality players. And then you also, it's not a sexy draft, in my opinion. You're not getting the receivers. You're not getting the superstar skill position players, but you're getting guys that have potential to translate to winning football and translate to a culture shift that the Miami Dolphins need desperately. If you guys enjoyed this video, I really would appreciate if you guys can drop a sub. I really worked hard on this video. It would mean the absolute world to me if you guys could do that for me. Also, make sure to like the video and comment any recommendations or feedback down below. Is your boy A Summon out. Peace.